Hello and welcome back to our video series on UDK3 scripting for newbies. This is video 5 of the series, and what we're going to cover on this one is showing and presenting variables or hiding variables. Just as a quick review, remember we created a new class called MyNote, and what we put in it was a variable with parentheses which is of data type string, and it was called myString. And notice that in the variable identifier, one of the rules is that there's no spaces. And notice there's no spaces in myString. So it's obeying the rules, but notice where the capital letter starts with the S. This is going to be important. And then notice the comment here is a single line comment. So let's see how this plays out in the editor itself. So let's close this out here. Here we are in the UDK3 system, and I'm in the content browser here, and I go to the actor class, and I come here to MyNote, and then I simply loaded MyNote into here, and now that it's in there, what I can do is I can press on it and press the F4 key, and when I do that, I see MyNote, and notice that MyNote has now had a space because there's a capital letter there. Notice that myString now has a space. And notice this is a single line comment. So when I roll over it, I get that kind of a, let me bring it into here so you can see it, I'm sorry. Notice that there's a space that's been put in here, and notice this is a single line comment. So I get a prompt automatically. And of course I can put a string in here. I can put a string in here, and the string is nothing more than a series of keyboard characters. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my I don't want to save this. I'm going to go back to where I was on MyNote. I'm going to open MyNote, and I'm going to put in another variable identifier. Only this time I'm going to leave off the parentheses. It's going to be a string, and I'm going to call this my other string. S-T-R-I-N-G with a semicolon. Then I'm going to put a comment. Here is my other comment. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come and of course save this, and then I'm going to close it, and now I'm going to go to the UDK3 system and call it up, and it says scripts are outdated, would you like to rebuild them now? Yes, I would. And then of course it goes through the rebuilding thing, and I get that beautiful green line which looks so great, means everything compiled. And I'm going to call up the UDK system again, and I'm going to look now and see how MyNote has changed, if indeed it's changed at all. So I'm going to come here, and I come here. Here I am, my actor class. I come down on categorize. I come down to note. I come to MyNote, and what I do now is I come over here and I right click, and it says add MyNote here, which I do, and there's MyNote. And now I'm going to hit the F4 key, and I look, and I don't see my other note. It's not there at all. What I've had before is there. And the reason why it's not showing is because I didn't put the parentheses there. So let's close this out again and come back to what I had before. And I'm going to open this. And I'm simply now going to put the parentheses there. That's all I'm doing, is I'm adding the parentheses. And so notice that in the variable identifier, my other string, there are no spaces. Okay, so that obeys the rules for making variable identifiers. I'm going to come here, and I'm going to crank up the UDK system. It says scripts are outdated. Would you like to rebuild? I put yes. And then it comes over here, and I see that success, no error, no warnings. And I come here and I crank up the editor again, and Lo and behold, let's see what I see now. Let's see what's different. I'm going to close this guy out here, come here. I'm going to come to uncategorize. I'm sorry, uncategorize is right here. There's note, there's my note. I'm going to come over here on my note and add my note here. And then I'm going to hit the F4 key. And lo and behold, now I see my string and I see my other string. And there's my other comment. And notice, what do you see on my other string? The UDK system has automatically put spaces into that variable identifier to make it easier for me to read. And of course, now I have a string here. I can put some stuff right here. And then I have something down here. I can put more stuff here. So what we've seen in this video is that the reason for the use of the parentheses after the keyword var for variable, we also saw, again, reinforcing that whatever comment we put after it, that'll be a prompt for that particular variable. And we also saw that it puts spaces in the variable name for me to make the variables easier to read. Okay, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching.